Never underestimate this thin thread. It was made from nano-blade material, only 1/10 the thickness of a human hair, yet sharp enough to slice through an entire ship. To retrieve the hard drive from the ship Judgment Day, experts tried many different plans. Lightning strikes and nerve gas had ranges that were too small. The crew could still have time to destroy the hard drive. A neutron bomb could knock everyone out, but it also risked damaging the data. That's when the captain suggested a bold idea: slice the ship in half using nanoblades. But there was a limit. They didn't have enough material to cover every centimeter. The best they could do was space the blades 50 centimeters apart. That meant the operation had to happen during the day, because at night, people lying down might avoid the blades. During the day, anyone standing or walking would be perfectly in line. On the scheduled day, engineers placed large pillars on both sides of the canal. Between these pillars, they strung up the deadly nanoblades. To avoid harming other vessels, the blades stayed hidden beneath the water until the target arrived. In a nearby control room, the professor watched the monitors, nervous and sweating. He waited as the last small boat passed. Then, a silent, invisible net of blades rose up across the canal, right in the path of Judgment Day. The ship's pilot scanned the water, but his radar picked up nothing. He saw nothing suspicious. Relaxed, he chewed his gum, unaware that his ship was heading straight into death. The ship entered the blade zone. At first, everything seemed fine, but the bow had already been sliced, clean, silent cuts every 50 centimeters. As the ship moved forward, sparks began to fly. Then came a strange, grinding noise. Only then did the crew start to notice something was wrong. They still couldn't see the blades. Even when the life rings were sliced in half, they had no idea what was happening. It was only when the blades began cutting through their own bodies that the horror truly hit them. But by then, it was far too late. Through his telescope, the professor watched as cold sweat rolled down his back. The ship, though already shredded, kept sliding forward from its own momentum. Down in the lower decks, a guard stood watch over the hard drive holding special data. When a blade passed through him, he didn't feel anything at first, not until he heard the hard drive clatter to the floor. He looked down and realized his body was no longer whole. After fully clearing the blade zone, the ship glided a few more meters and then collapsed with a deafening screech of metal. The entire vessel crumbled into a pile of twisted scrap, like a house of cards. Everyone on board died. But because the nanoblade cuts were so clean and precise, the hard drive was still intact. It was recovered, and the precious information inside was successfully saved.